negatives because I've been photographing since 1964, basically. I have thousands, hundreds of thousands of negatives. So I started to go through these negative books to see what I wanted to print and what I wanted to bring out. And I saw these and I said, this has to come out. This doesn't exist anymore, is what I thought to myself. I mean, not as intensely as it did over, 60 years ago. When I went back to Italy about 10 years later, and I thought, where are the Italians? Because everybody was wearing jeans and, and sweats, and
everything changed.
Everything had changed, yeah. The guy that I married in Rome was there already on a Fulbright. And then I went over the time of Thanksgiving that year, and it happened to have been the Kennedy assassination that year. So the classes were canceled, and I stayed a little longer. And that's when I realized it's ridiculous to be in graduate school, because everything that I'm learning, here it is, I just felt an affinity for the place. I felt there was a reality, a realness to it that I hadn't experienced before in any community that I had ever lived in. The way that everybody knew everybody else, and they would stand outside and call our names, and say, hey, they call me Espe for Speranza. Oh, they say, right. Espe. I always knew that I was an adopted person, but I didn't know where I was from. I was researching for graduate school. I was researching in the library, in the genealogy room, and I knew I had been adopted, and I had a few little details about my name from the past, but it was complicated. Timothy Beard, who was the curator of the genealogy room at that time, gave me a name on a piece of paper, and he said, this person might be able to help you. And she was the finder of missing people, and she, in 2 weeks, she didn't know which person was my father, but she had the family outlined, so I could call them up and say, I think I'm your daughter, And I found out that I'm 100% half Italian. I saw people that had lived through a hell of a lot and that had come out the other side strong and together and family-oriented, not having forsaken their values or their homes. I saw strength, and I saw love of family and food and laughter. I mean, it was really quite wonderful. This is what I found. And generosity, tremendous generosity. Once they got to know us, but when we lived in this neighborhood in Trastevere, at first, our car, the wheels were being taken off the car. The seats would be taken out of the car and sold on the, wherever they sell these things.
Yeah.
And then when they realized who we were, and we were living there, and we made friends with the local people, and then nothing like that ever happened again. And they sort of took care of us. Everybody is a widow. I mean, once somebody dies, once the husband dies, they wear black, and that's it forever.
For years, forever. Yes.
So, yeah. And I thought she was magnificent. I mean, I just couldn't get over the faces, the beauty in the faces for me. I like to be like a fly in the wall, or not to walk through, not disturbing anything. I started to wear all black also, because I felt I blend in a better way.